Imagine you walk into the Bellagio. The fountains are still dancing outside. Inside, it's warm and golden and glowing. Somewhere close by, a slot machine is singing. The air feels good. And you make yourself a quiet little promise. You'll play a bit, have a couple of drinks, and be back in your room by 10. You will not be back in your room by 10. And here's the unsettling part. That was decided before you ever walked through the door. Not by you, by the people who designed this room. Because every single thing you are about to touch, the carpet under your feet, the lights, the music, the missing clocks, the exact path you'll walk, the machine you'll end up sitting at, none of it is an accident. Every inch of it was engineered, tested, and refined toward one goal: to keep you inside and to move the money out of your pocket as slowly and as pleasantly as possible. This building cost around $1.6 billion to build, and it earns that back, and billions more, not by beating you in a fair fight, but by understanding you better than you understand yourself. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how it's done, trap by trap, in the order you'll actually meet them. And I'll be honest with you up front, the last one, the cleverest one, is so precise that the casino often knows you're about to quit and walk away before you do. Stay with me, because once you've seen it, you can never unsee it. Let's start the second you walk in. The very first thing this building takes from you isn't your money, it's your sense of time. Look up. There are no clocks. Look around. There are no windows. None. Not one view of the outside world anywhere on that gaming floor. And this is completely deliberate, because time is the enemy of the casino. The moment you glance at a clock and realize it's 2 in the morning, or you catch a sunrise through a window, your brain snaps awake and says, "What am I doing? I should go." So they remove every single cue. No clocks, no daylight, no way to feel the hours passing. Inside, it is always the same warm, timeless, golden evening. Dealers change shifts, but you'll never notice. Your watch is on your wrist, but somehow you stop checking it. People routinely walk out of casinos genuinely shocked that 6, 8, 10 hours have vanished. That's not you losing track of time. That's the building taking it from you on purpose. But removing the clocks only works if they can keep you in the building. And that's the second trap. And it starts with the floor plan itself. You might think a casino is just a big open room full of machines. It isn't. It's a maze, a deliberately designed labyrinth. There are almost no long, straight, obvious paths, and there is definitely no clear, quick route to the exit. Instead, the walkways curve. They bend. They wrap around banks of machines so that everywhere you try to go, you have to pass through more temptation to get there. For decades, the classic casino design philosophy followed one ruthless idea: make the gambling unavoidable and the exit hard to find. Want to get to your hotel room? You walk through the casino. The restaurant? Through the casino. The bathroom, the pool, the way out? Through the casino. Every time. You are never more than a few steps from a machine that is lit up and ready for you. The building is quietly herding you, again and again, back to the games. And once it's got you standing in front of a machine, that's where the real psychology begins. Because the slot machine you're looking at is one of the most sophisticated behavioral devices ever built. And the first thing it does to you is lie. Watch the reels on a modern slot machine and you'll notice something. You lose. And yet, over and over, you almost win. The symbols line up, cherry, cherry, and the third one lands just one position short, so close. Your heart jumps, one more spin. That so close feeling is not chance, it's engineered. It's called the near miss, and machines are specifically designed to show you far more near misses than pure randomness ever would. Because here's what scientists discovered. In your brain, an almost win lights up many of the same reward circuits as an actual win. A near miss doesn't feel like losing, it feels like nearly succeeding, which makes you want to try again immediately. The machine is losing your money while making your brain feel like you're on the verge of winning, over and over and over. And that's not even the sneakiest thing the machine does, because sometimes it lets you win while actually taking your money. Picture this. You bet $1 across 20 lines. The reels spin and the machine erupts, lights flashing, coins clinking, triumphant music blaring. You won. Except, look closer. You won 30 cents back. On a $1 bet, you just lost 70 cents, but the machine just threw you a party for it. This is called a loss disguised as a win, and it is everywhere in modern slots. The machine celebrates outcomes that are mathematically losses, because your brain doesn't do the math in the moment. It hears the winning sound, it sees the flashing lights, and it files the experience under "I'm winning." You can sit there slowly going broke while feeling, the entire time, like you're on a lucky streak. And that feeling is the product they're really selling. Now step back and listen to the whole room for a second. Really listen. Every casino floor has a soundtrack, and it is no accident either. All those chimes, jingles, and celebratory sounds from 1,000 machines are carefully tuned to be pleasant and upbeat, often pitched to blend into a warm, harmonious wash of sound. And crucially, machines make happy, winning noises loudly, but losing is silent. So what does your ear hear constantly from every direction? Winning, winning, winning. The whole room is engineered to sound like everyone around you is hitting jackpots all the time. It creates a powerful, invisible pressure. It's happening for them. It's about to happen for you. And to make sure you stay loose enough to keep going, they hand you a very specific gift: a free drink. That complimentary cocktail feels like generosity. It's not. Alcohol does something very useful to the casino. It lowers your judgment, weakens your self-control, and makes you a little more willing to take the next risk and the next. The drinks are free because a slightly tipsy gambler is a more profitable gambler. It's not a kindness, it's an investment, and you are the return. By now you might be thinking, fine, but I know my limit. I set a budget. When the cash runs out, I stop. And the casino has an answer for that too, because they have done everything possible to make sure you never actually feel your money leaving. Think about it. You don't gamble with cash, you gamble with chips. Smooth, colorful, weightless little tokens that don't feel like money. Or you play a slot with a card and a credit balance, just a number ticking down on a screen. Every layer between you and real physical dollars makes it easier to spend. Handing over 3 real $100 bills hurts. You feel it. Watching a number drop from 300 to 240? Barely a flicker. They didn't take your money sense away by accident. They abstracted your money on purpose, so losing it wouldn't hurt enough to make you stop. So let's add it all up. They've erased your sense of time. They've trapped you in a maze. They've built a machine that fakes near wins, throws you parties for losing, and surrounds you with the sound of fake jackpots. They've loosened your judgment with free alcohol and turned your money into weightless chips. And I promised you the cleverest trap of all, the one so precise that the casino can sense you're about to quit before you consciously decide to. Here it is. Remember that loyalty card, the little player's club card they encourage you to plug into the machine to earn rewards? That card is the most powerful tool in the entire building, because while you play, it is recording everything. How much you bet, how fast, how long you sit, how much you win, how much you lose, and, most importantly, the exact pattern of your behavior when you're starting to run out of money and morale. Over time, the casino's systems learn your personal breaking point, the specific amount of loss on a given trip that tends to make you, not gamblers in general, but you, finally stand up, feel sick of it, and leave. They can predict it. And so, in the most sophisticated operations, right as you're approaching that breaking point, right when you're about to push back from the machine in frustration and go home, something wonderful happens. A friendly employee appears, as if by luck, and offers you a free dinner, a free night in your room, a show, a little gift, arriving at the exact psychological moment designed to turn your frustration back into good feelings and keep you in that chair a little longer. It feels like the casino being generous to a valued guest. It is actually the casino spending a few dollars to protect the hundreds it's still extracting from you, timed by data, to the moment of your maximum weakness. That is the real machine, not the slot in front of you, the entire building, the light, the sound, The maze, the drinks, the chips, the data, all of it working together as one enormous instrument played expertly against a single target. You. And here's the part people find hardest to accept. The goal was never to trick you into one big loss. The goal is far more patient than that. The goal is what designers quietly call time on device, to keep you seated, comfortable, entertained, and gently, continuously losing for as long as humanly possible. Not a robbery, a slow, pleasant extraction, dressed up as a night out. Because remember the math underneath all of it. Every game in that building is tilted, by design, in the house's favor. Play long enough, and losing isn't bad luck. It is a mathematical certainty. The house doesn't need you to lose every hand. It just needs you to keep playing. Everything you've seen today, every clock they removed, every curve in the carpet, every celebratory sound, exists for that single purpose, to keep you playing, past the point where any rational person would walk away. So the next time you step into a place like the Bellagio, and it wraps you in that warm, golden light and hands you a free drink and tells you tonight might be your lucky night, you'll know. It's not luck. It never was. It's one of the most carefully engineered psychological environments ever built by human beings, and it was built for exactly one reason: to make sure that, in the end, the person who loses is you. If you want to see how another Vegas giant spent billions and still couldn't beat the math, watch this one next.